Hey guys, of course the old Crow here, back to do another one of the tactical perspectives. Today I am doing a figure I've been wanting to do for a long time because I was really driven by this one type of Cobra soldier that I had when I was a kid. He was orange and blue, stood with his shield, and he was to be the terror of the cities. You'd see them in droves. They'd invade your city, and the blue troopers behind them, or the red Crimson Guard, aisles of Vipers and his tanks rolling down your city streets. And it was the Alley Viper. I've got a couple of Alley Vipers finally at Christmas, and I really enjoy them. But do they ever stand out on the shelves in their orange and blue by themselves with nobody compatible? I wonder if there was a type of Viper that could solve that. Well, Digital Diarrhea, God bless you, son. You sent me the one that solves it. It's the Crimson Alley Viper. Number 91 in the series, guys. Oh, Puddles, I gotta turn you down, buddy. All right, so I'm not going to bother with the file card review because I did one for the original Alley Viper, and repaints don't tend to be different, except that this time I would say, and the Crimson Guard have them too. And that would be about the only difference I could think of, guys, really. And if I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments. I don't mind taking a verbal hammering if you guys are in the right and I'm in the wrong on this. Okay, there's a reason I don't have his kit on right now. It's up there on the shelf there. I had some fun putting the shelf together today, but it all falls apart so quickly. It's fine, but I wanted to remind you guys that tomorrow, by the way, if you're tuning in on Friday, tomorrow, March 2nd, is Saturday, 10 a.m. It's going to be Saturday morning GI Crow. I'm going live here on my channel. Even if it's me, myself, and I'm committed to doing at least an hour, probably at most an hour. I've got things to do with my day, right? And so does everybody else. But I thought, what a great way, what an homage. I was surprised nobody had been doing, well, not nobody because they're doing it, but I was surprised at how easily I came and said, that's my time slot because of my childhood, because of our childhoods. If you've known Joe since 82, you're of that childhood. Even if Joe wasn't your thing, it was Transformers, Thundercats, He-Man, Strawberry Shortcake, Smurfs, Snorkels, whatever. You guys know the era. So yeah, the usual head to toe on this will be quick, guys, because as I said, this is a repaint of the original Alley Viper, which I love them so much. I really do. But like I said, they get lonely on that shelf. So I was thinking, okay, man, how do I show Digital Diarrhea just how cool I think the figures are? I can't just do a normal toy review on them. So I kind of had to spend a little bit of time today putting some stuff away, cleaning a few things up in the backdrop so I could free up enough cubic space to attempt setting something up to honor this figure and my appreciation for it in some small way. So you'll see some figures standing around. They're using some of the bases that our dear friend Digital Diarrhea sent us. And guys, if you haven't checked out Digital Diarrhea's site on Instagram, do so. He's a diorama guy. His stuff is awesome. And actually, I think he's going to really like some of the things I'm doing with the Wolverine stuff, I think. You know, and that's just it. I look at his pictures, his cityscapes, his wars, his battles, and things like that. And I'm like, yep, like-minded. And I see what he was doing. Like when the figures were coming out yesterday, after I finished my video, and I'm talking about the figures that he put in that mystery box that I did the video about, I went back onto his site and I could see the potential in everything he was looking at. I'm like, yeah, I know why he had this now. I can understand where his headset was at a little bit better. I'll never fully understand another artist's headset. And that's like saying I have the ability to copy or not copy, but photocopy your work because I understand. No, I don't understand other artists. I just we all gel well, right? And so there he is with all his loadout and on an Action Force stand that was provided by our friend. And yeah, the common Viper loadout that we are used to seeing as far as those weapons go, it still applies. There was no new weapons provided as I can detect with my 50-year-old Reki eye. And so much passes it now. But there was enhancements to this character, which are the only things I'm really going to point out, but they also will probably improve perhaps a grading that I've forgotten about the original Alley Viper as it applies. But before I go into just going over, guys, if you could just quickly hit that like, share, or subscribe if you haven't done that yet. I'm trying to do daily content on this stuff, and I'm going to try and dip back into my older ways every now and then and just come up with discussion topics, or give my thoughts on news and things like that. I just haven't had much to talk about it, but I've been so nose deep into the conversion aspect of it and waiting for some new figs to arrive. And thankfully, some of you got fed up and said, well, if he's not just going to go out and be able to find this shit, I'll just send him this and he can do a review on it. We'll get another review. I guess that's how it went. Yeah, let's pretend that's how it's going. And I'm going to make sure, guys, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that I get good figs to review from you guys from my local area, wherever possible, because really, we're good, guys. I can get figs. It's just some of them are very hard, and I guess they're not as hard for others. I don't know. So that shield is one big improvement I wanted to talk about. I like the fact that they darkened it as opposed to the original, just leaving it the same color as the shield itself. 2 colors versus 3 on the front is a difference. It draws your eyes. This looks like it's finished. Now this looks incomplete, right? They kind of, yeah. So the shields and then the hazard striping, which is something I really loved about this figure, because it kind of pops up in a couple of places that really works well with the idea of this authoritarian riot kind of figure with the heavy armor, and beware when you see this guy, get out of his way and pray that it's not you he's about to run into, right? That kind of effect, and those hazard stripes help it reinforce that. You don't have hazard stripes if there's no hazard nearby. So overall, those were the 2 big things I wanted to show off a little bit. The color set for this is actually quite brilliant, because not only is this compatible, actually let's put them over. This is triple compatible if you think about it, guys, and I'll tell you why before you fall. And if you guys don't have a case of beer open right now, remember, for new subscribers, you should always have a case of beer open here. I don't drink, but I give people lots of reasons to, through clumsy camera work and wobbly stuff and outtakes that are just included in there because I don't edit. So you end up doing a lot of shots every time I drop a figure, or I drop the crow, or I drop my sign. Those are shots, or those are sips of beer, right? But the triple compatibility of this thing is that it goes not only... I'll show you the 3 things that goes well. I'll show you 2, and then we'll theorize one together. All right, so let's put them up here next to two other Alley Vipers. Let's just start there. Like I said, he kind of looks like he's the badass, but I don't think they gelled that well, aside from similar kit. I mean, they just kind of are. It is what it is, right? Do they look good? But do they look uniformed? No. Clearly the one in red stands out. And that might just be my OCD or ADHD going at it, saying, yeah, doesn't it bother you? There's no symmetry. It's an odd number. It's fly and ointment. It's sandpaper on toilet roll. I don't know, right? But I could get used to it. And Lord help me, I love having it. But it does kind of go in it in another aspect where, like I said, contact handovers, unit handovers, reinforcements, the Crimson Guard handing over a territory to another unit, things like that. It does actually go. And these things do stand out, but look proper, right? Again, the only reason is just that vest is... These colors on the Crimson Guard are so much more plentiful than what you get with the original Alley Viper. Yet, I think even the face paint was applied even better in the end. but just all better choices. Too bad this is the original, right? This is the original intellectual property, the Alley Viper. So if they had done the Crimson Guard first, I think they would have had a storm in toy stores at Christmas in the late 80s, right? Absolutely. So I don't do a head to toe whatever, and I'm not doing the file card on this because the file card doesn't exist as I can find it. It's just the exact same file card as the original Alley Viper. But what I will talk about really quickly, like I said, is just the fact that it looks good with a few other things. So let's drop it down to the party. Oh my God, what was that? That was an ammo. Oh, there's a shot. See, what did I talk about? Look at this. All right, now the party started because the Baroness has adequate protection measures. Right, she's got her riot control. I gotta kill that light because I couldn't find the remote for it. She's got her bodyguard. You know, at least that. Will I try and find another Crimson Guard? If I come across it and I find it at the right time and right opportunity, maybe. But I have one, and I have one in a unique and special way to me. Just like with with anything that you would have in your life, when somebody gives you something and it comes in a moment of shock and it just kind of like, holy crap, you have a memory attached to it. And I'm always going to remember me starting this channel, and my first winner, Digital Diarrhea, and his response to winning a contest was to return it all with kindness. So it's fine on its own for that memory as it stands, and it is as it is, guys. I'm not trying to army build large armies. I have contingents, and my Crimson contingent looks beautiful, all because of, you know, just simplicity, but also help, right? Help where help was clearly needed, I guess. But certainly welcomed and thanked for. Absolutely. I can't say enough of that, but I wanted to show you the other thing that was on display from Digital Diarrhea. Like I said, all these bases are his, but there's that Crimson Bat with that jewel chest, right? Like that ruby red. How wild is that, guys? I gotta see that the way you're seeing it. Oh, there you go. So that was the chess piece he included in that. And again, now I don't want any more bats. I just think, you know, just like with my Arctic bat, maybe it's a unique bat. Maybe this is a survivor bat who gets the crimson. I don't know. That is effing wild. Loved it. Not part of this review. Not really going to do a review of it on its own, but definitely a great ad as well. Thanks to Digital Diarrhea. So with the play and tack rate on this, again, guys, it's all the exact same kit as the original Alley Viper. It's pretty much just a reprint. However, the paint job is so better. So more better. Here goes words. So more good. No, the paint job is really an improvement over the original, just in the sense of symmetry, balance, and troop building. All right, that thing goes really well with other Crimson Guard figures. It fills that role. These guys can sit with maybe you know, your standard blue Cobra troop force, and then on another shelf you have your Crimson, right? And who knows, maybe there'll be a Iron Grenadiers Viper, Alley Viper, even though I don't think there was one in the original, but who knows? You could always just shock us, right? But I love the heavy armored trooper, the close protection that they provide for special characters, as is this case clearly. And so the reprint alone, the paint job, kind of improves, maybe not its playability grade, but definitely, actually no, because it's compatible, I'd say it improves both grade. I'm gonna just go, no matter what I gave the Alley Viper before, and I didn't backtrack to find, I'm going, that's a solid A on both categories. Both in play because of the number of accoutrements he comes with the, you know, not one, not two, but 3 different rifles, 1 pistol, 1 knife, and a shield, and a removable or movable visor. I think I got it all in one breath. That's a lot of play factor for a standard price figure. And then on top of which, to make it a repainted repainted variant that actually looks even better than the original line and fits in beautifully with things that have been made on the open retail market to be compatible and look really good together is great. Now, I said there was a third thing this was functioning well with, and you guys have heard me mention it on the channel recently. I am trying to track it down, but I've got to get, I got to wait until everything else is done. I get back from England, but I have been talking to somebody. He's going to look phenomenal with the 788 Fire Team, guys. That gray, red, and black, right? I think, I don't even have to look at a picture of them. You can go do that now. You probably have all that, and you're like, yeah, dumb. It looks phenomenal. Stupid crow. But I mean, I'm figuring that out on my own, and be proud of me. Give me a pat on the back. Give me a Scooby snack. Just holler back at me and tell me that, yeah, Crow, you're on the right page at least. I think that's awesome. It's a great transition character to go from Crimson Guard to 788, and it folds them in well together. So again, it's A's across the board. So next video for the TAC perspective review will be probably the eel, but you know, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get around that tonight. I might. I'll try. But I also have some other stuff I'm working on. As you guys know, I'm working on those conversions. I've been trying to paint that today to get my Blizzard, my Scarlet, who else, Sci-Fi done. And to get some of my Wolverines done, because that is a great concept. And like I said on the unboxing, there was credit where credit was due. And I keep forgetting the guy's name. He's newer to the channel, but... yeah, it's, here I go. I'm going to have to go right back to, all the way back and just say, anyways, he's the one that said, I think you should do Grievance. It was, thank you, Grievance. That's why I was like, it's a great name, but why am I forgetting it? Grievance. In the military, we deal with grievance processes to get, when we think something is unjust, you have to write an entire document and put it through the grievance process. But no, Grievance suggested the Wolverines. I think that's brilliant. It gives me kind of a place to put a dumping ground for figures that are just too young for Joe almost, right? So I have some started, and I've got a special set started for that. And it's not an elaborate set like the one I'm trying to do, and it's a quick and dirty, but it's almost done. And that's just specifically for reviews, and it's because of the Wolverine suggestions Grievance. So I want to give you a big high five, buddy. Good job. All right, guys, you'll see me on the next video, or you'll see me tomorrow morning for Saturday morning GI Crow. And also, don't forget, 350 contest. If you haven't entered that and you're following the Crow and you're maybe want a free new figure, plus a free custom, plus some 3D parts, plus some whatever, plus a stage, plus whatever, plus whatever, plus whatever, just go back and find the 350 entry contest video and enter. Anyways, guys, I will thank you very much for your time, for your likes, for your shares, subscriptions, and your comments, and see you soon.